wonderful Wednesday. Welcome into Undisputed. I'm Jen Hale, that's Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
We're doing wonderful.
Well, you won't believe because I got Heat in 6. I got Heat +3 tonight, thanks to you.
I do. Yes, I appreciate it.
And you're stuck with the new GOAT, Joker. He's the greatest player ever played, right?
Because you know he likes it.
Huh?
I mean, even you got to admit he like that now.
Is he?
I don't know.
I mean, I think he's replaced LeBron as your new GOAT.
No.
Huh?
He's my second favorite player.
Okay.
He surpassed Luka, though. He surpassed Luka.
Okay, well, that's no big deal.
That is a big deal.
We will find out in a few hours, guys. This one knotted up at 1 apiece. Now, Game 3 of the finals tonight in Miami, where Jimmy Butler and the Heat, they're actually 3-point underdogs to Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets. That, according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. Shannon, you've been riding hard with Denver to win the game. What's going to be the difference tonight versus Game 2?
Well, I believe the role players will play better than what they played, especially in Game 2.
Even though role players
normally play better at home.
Okay.
Because, Skip, I saw Max Strus.
Yep.
I saw what he did on the road.
Yep.
He broke out of his shooting slump. He came back big in the first, especially the first quarter. He scored 12 of his 14 points in the quarter. Really got them off to a great start.
Yep.
I'm expecting Jamal Murray to play more like Game 1 than Game 2 because he broke out in Game 1. First half, he had 18 points. Over the last 6 quarters, he only has 26 points. So I'm expecting him to pick up his scoring output and play much better offensively. But the key to this is Michael Porter Jr., Skip. He ghosted him in Game 2. He had 5 points. Now, his three-point shooting, Skip, he's 3 of 17. That's 18%. He shot 41% in the regular season. That's kind of like his career average. He's a 40%, slightly above 40% career three-point shooter. I'm expecting him to revert back to who he is, what he's been throughout his career, as opposed to being 18%.
Okay.
And so if he can just give them anything, normally when he and Gordon give you 30 combined points, the Nuggets become very difficult to beat because you know what you're going to get from Jokic. Also, KCP, you can't have more fouls than you have field goals made. 6 fouls, 1 field goal made. We saw how aggressive he was. We saw how well he played, Skip, against the Lakers. We saw how well he played in the regular season. He was one of their key acquisitions this offseason when they made the trade. So I'm expecting those guys. You notice I ain't mentioned the big gun because I already know what he's going to do. You know exactly what you're going to get.
Well, do you? Are you going to get points? Or are you going to get assists? Or are you going to get both?
The assist is contingent on guys making shots. If they don't make shots, he'll look to become aggressive, and because he has to. But I'm expecting him to be somewhere in the high 20s. He will have double-digit assists because I'm expecting guys to make shots. Obviously, he's going to get the double-digit rebounds. So I think the two big keys, Jamal Murray gives you a little bit more offensively, plays more like Game 1 than Game 2, and Michael Porter Jr. picks up his scoring output, gives you 15 points, and they win a close ball game.
Win a close ball game in the low hundreds, like...
Yeah, you know what? They get out. See, the thing is, the Nuggets get out and run, and so I'm going to say probably 108-ish to 104-ish, something like that.
108 to 104 says Shannon Sharp, Joker's biggest advocate. I got to say, you got a lot of notes over there. You got a lot of ammo. I've never seen so much preparation. I've never seen so much research.
This is my little game notes right here.
Really? Okay. Well, you got them everywhere. I'm starting to feel overmatched, right?
You will be tomorrow morning.
Really? Okay.
I'm going to come out here with an encyclopedia of notes.
All right. I was hoping, against hope, that maybe we would have a Tyler Hero sighting tonight.
Right.
Eric Spoelstra ruled that completely out yesterday. No Tyler Hero for Game 3.
He's still having swelling in the hand, right? It's a little sore, he said.
He has a broken hand. Right. They put a screw in it. I don't know. It just happened not that long ago. It was Game 1 of the playoffs, but it was against Milwaukee. And obviously, to date, they haven't missed him. So to start off, I'm going to quote the now late, great Tina Turner, "We don't need another hero." Remember that from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome? Did you actually see that?
I actually saw that with Mel Gibson.
I actually liked that.
I love the Mad Max series.
Thank you. So did I. We don't need another hero because we got enough of them. They come from everywhere when you least expect it. Do I expect Duncan Robinson to start the fourth quarter tonight to score 10 points in 2 minutes and flip the whole game on its head? I do not.
Right.
It just comes so unpredictably from so many different sources. But The good news yesterday, as opposed to the bad news on Tyler Hero, was Caleb Martin says he's back to almost 100%. He was suffering migraines and chills and had a cold towel over his head after game 2 in Denver. This is the same Caleb Martin, once cut by Michael Jordan in Charlotte, who then turned his game around to the point that he should have been the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals, because over the last 5 games of the Eastern Conference Finals against the mighty Boston Celtics, Caleb Martin went for 19 a game with 7 rebounds and was sensational. He was, dare I say, Kawhi-esque with that mid-range jumper. It just looked unstoppable to me. And then he goes to Denver and he scores 3 points in game 1, and then he gets benched in the fourth quarter. And then in game 2, he scores a grand total of 3 points, although they were fairly significant because he finally made a 3-point shot
Saw one go
with
in.
4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. But that was it, the extent of his productivity. 3 points and 3 points. To your point about your role players, he is an ultimate role player for this team. I think he comes back to life because, again, the ultimate NBA cliche, playoff-wise, is role players play better at home. Okay, so he's back home, maybe more back in his comfort zone, and I think he's going to have a good to very good night tonight.
Well, I hope you're lying, because I don't need Gabe Vincent to play any better than what he played on the road.
All right, well, there you go, okay? And I expect Gabe Vincent just to be Gabe Vincent. But now to my biggest gun. Bam plays big for 6 feet 9 inches playing the 5. And I know what he's going to give me, which is every last drop of his sweat. But he's like my Joker. I just know what he's going to give me. It's not going to be Joker-esque numbers, but he's going to give me whatever he's got to give me. It is time for playoff Jimmy to spring back to life. And especially tonight at home in what you could argue is a pivotal game 3. For momentum's sake.
It feels like a game 5. It feels like the series is tied, and whoever wins, game 5, you only have 2 games left.
You well could be right, because let's just say that the Heat do win this game. All of a sudden, they take a commanding advantage, because then they got game 4 still in their house. And if they could win that, they'd go up 3-1, and I'd give them a pretty good shot at that point. A game like this, of this magnitude, requires your best player to be your best player. Over the last 7 games, Jimmy Butler's productivity has fallen completely off to 21 a game with 7 rebounds and 7 assists. By most player standards in playoff run, that's pretty good.
That's not bad.
But
playoff Jimmy.
This is playoff Jimmy, and he ain't been around. Talking about ghosting, he's been ghosting them as playoff Jimmy, because too often he's been way off Jimmy, because he's shooting over those last 7 games, 39% from the floor. That just won't cut it. Yet, they've lived to tell. They somehow won game 7 at Boston, and he had nice contributions, but not enormous, sensational contributions. And they won game 2 with decent contributions, but he was 7 of 19. That's 37% shooting. It's not good enough. It's not what you would come to expect from him. Now, does he make all the little big plays that add up to big contributions? Sure he does. We get that. But they need, well, you know what happened against Milwaukee? We got to see a 56 out of Jimmy Butler. Well, could we get a...
He averaged 38 for the series.
All right. Could we get a 36 out of him tonight? Maybe. Okay. I think it's going to require a 36 from Jimmy Butler tonight to stave off what's going to come from your side, which is probably those guys are going to make more 3-point shots, especially the 2 that you focused on.
KCP and Porter Jr.
They're just going to make some shots because they're just too good. You know, especially KCP. He won a championship with the Lakers. He's been a solid, steady, dependable contributor on both ends of the floor. I expect them to play better. All right, now back to your guy, the Joker. I do think that thanks to the brain trust of the Miami Heat, starting with Eric Spoelstra and going upstairs to the Godfather, Pat Riley, I think they got in their cave, as they called it. And they did.
27 points, 14 assists, 10 rebounds in his NBA Finals debut last night. He became the 2nd player ever to record a triple-double in his Finals debut. He joins one Jason Kidd, who did it back in 2002. Shannon, I know you were impressed, but give Joker an actual letter grade for his performance last night.
A+. He was in.
Only 1+?
Yeah, I gave him 1+. I mean, that was. You know what I'm saying, Skip? I mean, after you'd have heard the virtuoso, I mean. How do you get any better? I mean, he was outstanding. I mean, the guy can impact the game in so many ways. The first half, he only had 3 shot attempts. Going into the fourth quarter, he had only 5 shot attempts. But look at how far they were ahead because he was impacting the game in other ways. He finished the game 27, 10, and 14 with 1 turnover, 8 of 12, 10 of 12 from the free throw line. I mean, he was sensational, Skip. He scored and assisted on 58 points, 31 created by his assists.
Yep.
I mean, what can't I say? I mean, if I had 1,000 tongues, I couldn't heap praise on this man enough. He's the best player in the NBA, and right now he's showing it ain't even close. Ain't no debate.
Really?
Yeah, ain't no debate.
So it's silly me. I always consider basketball a two-way proposition where you play this thing called defense. I don't know, just me. Maybe it's a thing of the past, but I still believe he can be made to be a defensive liability. I don't think it's forte.
Who in this series going to be able to do that?
All of them, and none of them tried last night. And I want to be very clear about this. The Miami Heat set an all-time record low of attempting only 2 free throws. They made both thanks to Haywood Highsmith, of all people. But the point is, I'm not complaining about the officiating at all.
No.
There were no wrong calls, bad calls, missed calls, because they didn't even make the referees make a call.
Right.
It was a non-game.
Yeah, they settled it. Everything was a jump shot.
Yeah, right. They're not attacking. So your man, he puts up all those numbers. Way to go, way to go, way to go. And here's the one that leaps off the page to me. It's under the category PF, as in personal fouls. Do you see that one?
Yeah, 1.
He had 1. The Joker had 1 foul.
They had 8 fouls as a team.
So he basically gets away last night with just camping under the rim. He just camps.
Right.
And he's 7 feet tall, 6'11". What did they list him at 7? I think they say 6'11", but whatever. And he's fairly long-armed, so he's not a leaper. So he just stands on the floor underneath, and he's going to bother people. But you have to hit him in the chest. You know, you have to attack him. You have to get him back on his heels a little bit because they're all capable. Because Caleb Martin can drive the basketball.
Yeah.
Listen, all of Max Strus can drive the basketball. Duncan Robinson has been driving the basketball, and we all know what Jimmy can do when Jimmy puts his head down.
Right.
And you want to talk about crafty? You want to talk about drawing fouls and getting to the line? I saw 0 of that.
Right.
I saw Bam say, "Oh, you're going to give me this 12-foot? I'll just take this 12-footer." Okay. He took a career high 25 shots because he's saying, "Well, he's giving it to me."
Right.
Yeah, but he's giving it to you because you're falling right into their trap.
Right.
They want you. You can have as many. You can shoot 50 shots tonight because they're saying you'll make. 13 out of 25, and they're all 2s.
Right.
So they're saying that doesn't really.
But see, in order for Bam to hurt you, he needs Jimmy to go along to also give him 20+ points.
Okay.
So the thing is if Bam is your leading scorer, I don't think that does. The Nuggets aren't concerned about Bam being the leading scorer.
Okay.
What concerns them is Jimmy getting 25 shots. Okay. Now I'm going to be concerned, Skip, because even if he hits gets 25 shots up, let's just say for the sake of argument, he only makes 10 of those.
Yep.
You know, with that many shots, he's going to the free throw line at least 10 to 12 times. So now that number's going to look, Jimmy Butler got 32 points, 33 points.
What's the easiest way? What's really the only way to nullify Joker, to even cancel Joker? It's to get him in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Because a couple of times down this playoff road, he's gotten into foul trouble. If you can get him to get that 4th foul in the 3rd quarter, maybe you diminish.
Right.
You keep him over there a little bit longer.
Or you got to find somebody that can make him work, Skip.
Yeah.
I mean, AD did make him work a little bit.
Did. Yep.
But if you don't have anybody that can make him work, like Ayton didn't make him work, Skip.
No, he did not.
He gonna eat your lunch. If I mean, Gobert. I don't even know what to say about him, but Bam is just not big enough to bother him.
All right. So what's my grade? Well, I can't give him anything other than an A. I would like, it's almost like I give, part of this grade is incomplete because I didn't see him get tested on the other end whatsoever. But I got to give him an A because I loved the way he let the game come to him because he just does. It's like, I don't need to shoot because he's making shots. Oh, he's making shots.
Right.
Oh, look, Aaron Gordon's got Gabe Vincent on him. He's going to just bully him down low. I'm going to make sure that he bullies him.
It's Skip, and the fact of the matter is that the man has 5 attempts going into the 4th quarter, and his team is up 21. What other team, their best player, can have 5 shot attempts going into the fourth and they're up 21 points?
Yeah, and be happy about it. Be completely satisfied and content with it.
And then all of a sudden the game, he's like, okay, Jokic, it's your turn now.
Okay.
And he goes and gets you 12 points in the fourth quarter.
Okay, so 2 more big pluses to his night. You need to look.
Yeah, I was just looking at, he had 12 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound on the turnover.
Well, since you're on that, I'm going to give him a big plus for that one, not an A+. But I loved the way he played in the fourth quarter because all of a sudden, the Heat did turn back up the heat.
Yes.
Because all of a sudden, Haywood Highsmith and Gabe Vincent got going.
Kyle Lowry, too, had 2 or 3 from a 3.
Okay, so they all, each of those guys made 2 threes, right? So that's 6 threes out of 12 attempts.
Yep.
And there were a couple of times it got a little tense, right? Mm-hmm. And a couple of those times, Joker said, okay, I got you. I need to score now.
Right.
And he would bang, bam, back down. Just bang him and bang him and bang him.
Right.
Boom, boom, boom. He also, he got away with a couple offensive fouls. I'm not going to get on. But listen, over.
Cody Zeller's not going to get that call.
He was just banging him
He
back.
ain't going to get that call, Skip, not against Jokic.
All right. But he has earned the right to get away with those calls. But he made a couple of little jump hook shots, just little whipped cream shots on Bam where I said, well, that's just too good.
Right.
And they were rally killers where you'd say, okay, well, it's that guy again. And then in the biggest picture, he said after the game, I was most uncomfortable during the 9 days off because I don't like that.
Right.
And he said media day. I didn't like media day because it felt awkward to me. It felt like we weren't supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be playing a basketball game. He said, I was completely comfortable once we tipped it off tonight. Well, I love that about him because you never know. Hey, this is your franchise's first NBA Finals game. It's at home. I got you. But you've been off. You've had a lot of time to fret and sweat about how's it going to feel. And he was utterly comfortable with the state.
And the thing is, Skip, is because he's so unpredictable, he'll bang you, and spin. You looking for this, Skip, you looking for the bang, and next thing you know, he's just on your thing, because he's got AD going to say, well, remember, he banged AD back and he spun and dunked it.
They both have quick hands with the basketball. They have quickness in their hands.
Right.
They don't have quickness in their feet to speak of, but and they're not leapers.
Right.
But this is so quick, and he had a couple of little spins where it got somebody in trouble or got him to the foul line. Yep.
I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything. I mean, 2 of the most unathletic guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they make Larry Bird look like Dominique Wilkins. The way they move compared to what Bird. I'm like, you look at Skip, if somebody that didn't know the game of basketball, if they were to see the way he walk out there on the court, they're like, he start? What are you doing out here? And then you watch him, you like, that's the best player in the NBA. Yeah, that's him.
So Shannon Sharp has declared this a mismatch.
No.
Yeah.
We got a little circle here. We still got a little circle on Sunday's game, right?
Shannon's prediction is now Nuggets in 2. Nuggets in 2 because it's going to be over because the Heat are going to concede after Sunday night.
So be the night guy. I'll give you a chance to get your case back from last night.
Really?
And you won't.
You're going to give me 12?
No. I give you the line. Whatever the line is.
Really? That's all?
Now, let me think about that. I'm giving you the line in the NBA Finals game. Where they do that at?
Well, we do it all the time.
No, we don't. You never given me the line.
I have always.
Oh, no, straight up. You posed the bet.
Yeah. So are you posing the bet?
Straight up.
I'll wait until the last segment to decide.
Okay.
We are
fair enough.
Yeah.
We're holding our breaths to find out. I will say, guys, I loved how Joker's passing skills blew up that Heat zone D last night.
You see that?
Impressive.
You see that, Skip? I told you put it in the free throw line to let it work.
All right, let's move on to one of Skip's favorite topics now. Micah Parsons says he's seeking impact plays over sacks in 2023. Do we like hearing this? Let's discuss up next right here on